How you doing, guys and girls? I just decided I'd put together a bit of a guide as to how you get started if you're thinking about getting Azure certified. Now, this will work for any of the Microsoft exams, probably for any of the other exams. If it's technology based and it's study on the web and do the exam on the web, it'll probably work for all of them. But I'm specifically targeting the Azure exams because I've got experience with that over the last little while. So the first thing I would do is sign up for a Microsoft account. You're going to be signing up for a few accounts now because you need to practice. So sign up for a Microsoft account, log into your Learn dashboard, and then when you're in your Microsoft Learn dashboard, you can browse your different certificates and choose the certificate path that's best for you, right? So let's just say I want to go in and browse the certificates, and there's filters then along here, so whatever type of job that you have. So for me, I'm going to be going to do the data analyst, data engineer stuff, and I'd recommend if it's your first time trying an exam, try to do one of the foundation or fundamental exams first, just as a putting your toe in the water idea. It's a nice way because it's the same structure. You're going to be logging in and doing the exam, and it gets you used to the whole process before you have to dive in at the deep end as such and to do the more advanced exams. So let's just look, for example, if I was going to do the data fundamentals exam. So you'd bring this up, and I'd recommend bookmarking all your different exam resources because you'll be going back and forth to them. So this is a question I get asked a lot, is how much time should I allocate to study for the exam, and what should I study? And there's two things that you should do from a study point of view. One is you should follow all of the resources here. So if you go into the exam, you'll find the exam page here. And before we're going to book it, before we go booking the exam, it has the ways to prepare. So I would prepare firstly by going through all the learning paths that Microsoft advise, and the timing of it. You click on each of the paths that contains a group of modules. So let's say that's just over an hour and a half for that one. For the next one, it's an hour and a half as well. So if you go through it like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, you might end up with about 6 hours. And then you have an idea. It's going to take me about 6 hours to go through the Microsoft learning paths for it, and these are quite interactive. So you sign up for an Azure account as well. You'll get free credit for your Azure account for the first month, so you'll be able to do a lot of that. And even when that runs out and that month runs out, all of the Microsoft training on Azure is all for free anyway, so don't worry about having to spend a fortune to try to get certified. So you go through all of this. Say it's going to be 6-7 hours for this exam. Then you'll decide, okay, I can do 1 hour in the evening, 3 evenings a week, and it might take you 2 or 3 weeks to get ready for this exam, right? So that gives you a good kind of benchmark as to how long it'll take you to get ready. Now, some of the more advanced exams might have 20 or 30 hours, so just bear that in mind, that this is just like a baby exam as such. And then, so once you've gone through all of that and you've done all the labs, I'd fully recommend then that you do the Microsoft virtual training days if you can and they suit your schedule. So have a look at the training days for your particular exam, and if there's one coming up, even if you're working that day, you can have it on in the background and you can watch it on your lunch break or whatever. So the training days are quite good, and they have free exam vouchers for the training days as well. So let's go in here and have a quick look at the training days. So your virtual training days here. So Microsoft Azure virtual. So you get a free exam with the fundamentals, with the AI, and it shows you when your next ones that you can sign up for, and the data, etc., etc. And I think the Power Platform as well has a free exam shot. So that's 4 free exams right there. So if you wanted to practice and do some of the fundamentals, and it's a really good broad understanding of, and all of the training will have you actually following along in with your free trial Azure account. So it's a really good way to learn. But when you're doing the actual exam, you want to make sure that you do some questions and answer sets as well. So when you've done the proper study and the real world study of how to do it, to prep for the actual exam. So when you've got the exam in your sights, then you want to go to, let's say, I'll just pick one of these. I have these on the links on the article anyway, and I'll pick one of these. We'll go in here. So we were looking for the DP 900, wasn't it? Exam list. So we'll just find an exam here. It's DP 900 Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, and they've got 92 sample questions. Now, I wouldn't fully trust that all these questions are correct, but they're more than likely they're accurate. Some of them aren't, but do your own research as well. You know, this comes with a caveat as this is community generated, so do your own research. So if you look at the question and it looks like, oh yeah, I know which ones are which, and then you look at the answer and you go, oh well, I thought this was whatever. Do your own research, make sure. But this is the kind of format and the kind of layout that the questions will be in the exam. There'll be multiple choice, there'll be multiple choice, so it might be there's 2 answers, it might be drop downs, so there's lots of different variations on this, and these layouts here will get you used to those variations. And then go ahead and book the exam. And if you're paying for the exam yourself, if your company isn't paying, if you're paying for the exam yourself, there are some voucher sites where you can get vouchers for the exams. I've put a link to one there, and you get a significant discount on the exams, and that one does work. I've used it 4 or 5 times this year already. So, and my advice is, go through the training, get a free voucher, and just go for it. Like a lot of people get a little bit, oh, I don't know, with the exams, they get a bit, oh, I don't, what have I failed? Sure, what have you failed? Look, just try it again. I mean, especially if it's free. So that's it. Hopefully this guide is a bit of a help to you, and best of luck with your exam.